Fusion is revolutionary.
Fusion reaction in T-minus 3, 2, 1. Fusion!
You don't know the power. The math is unfrontable. Fusion reaction.
Oh, hell yeah.
Get to the chopper! Press go up.
Gigantic fusion reactor that just worked.
Multiple income streams and real yield. Cheats can no longer dump on your heads. The revolutionary decentralized finance protocol. Fusion reaction in T-minus 3, 2, 1. Fusion!
You don't know the power. The math is unfrontable. Fusion reaction.
Oh, hell yeah.
The mothership. And what's it gonna do? Everybody excited?
Oh, hell yeah.
Give my creation! Fusion.
Get ready to rumble.
Fusion.
Gotta do a huge shout out to Cool Sheet. That song just hits.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to EMP.Money. My name is AJ, I'm the team lead here, and this is our live AMA. We come to you every Monday and Thursday at 6:45 p.m. Eastern. Usually a little bit late, but we're making it happen, never fails. Telegram and OBS never want to cooperate. But anyway, a lot to go over today, as usual. But before we get into all of that, let me introduce my co-host with the most and fellow team member, LA. LA, how are you?
Hello, hello. I'm good. I hope everyone else is great, and we're excited to be with you tonight.
Yeah, 100%. So lots to go over. I shared some alpha with LA right before the AMA. We'll talk a little bit about that at the end. But some updates on the EMP Fusion battery that we've been talking about. Other ecosystem updates and some really, really bullish and powerful things being added to our entire mothership that we'll talk about towards the end as well. So before we get into all that, though, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Again, that really helps the algorithm and get the word out, especially as we're getting ready for the real bull run. Our YouTube channel can be very lucrative, not only in getting all of you the correct information, real time, extremely up to date, but also getting new users into the protocol when people start, searching YouTube for crypto related projects. So, looking really good on that front. And yeah, I mean, we can kind of jump right in. And LA, anything you want to add before we go right into the notes?
No, we got lots of bullish stuff to report on, so let's head right in.
All right, awesome. So, first things first, the EMP Fusion battery. So I know the last few AMAs we've said it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. We've said all along too that the code has been done and tested. Beta testers had an amazing success with the battery. Really, it's been on LA and I just making sure we have all of our ducks in a row. And LA and I spent about 2 hours yesterday updating the white paper, making sure all of this was good to go. We'll have some updated graphics for the battery, and so we are going to need to push it just a little bit longer. We're hoping to be live on Monday. Um, However, because of this added time, we have some really awesome stuff we can do in the meantime as well. So I know a lot of you like the infinite money loop graphic that we had, and that kind of explains how to utilize our ecosystem the best way possible. Obviously, we encourage everybody to read the white paper, but a lot of people don't, and the visual aid really helps. So this gives us a few more days to come up with a very unique graphic. Again, I don't want to give away too much alpha LA, but I think a lot of you will be really excited for a similar infinite money loop sort of process that goes along with this new battery that will be incredibly powerful, not only for you and earning potential, but also for peg recovery and supporting the price of not only EMP, but also eShare. So, LA, again, I know we have a lot to go into, but I know when I was doing the white paper with you yesterday, it made me even more bullish just how powerful this battery can be.
Oh, me too. Yeah, just to give you guys an idea, we have accomplished so much in the last 2 days to just get everything fine-tuned and ready. The white paper is ready, our launch announcements are ready, graphics for the actual battery of what will be displayed on the website are ready. Like AJ said, we are even going as far as getting all of the strategy and educational pieces ready, so that when it does go live, hopefully on Monday, that not only will the battery itself and how to use it and the graphics and the nice looking stuff be put out, but actual strategy to maximize this and help us all not only win individually, but get back to peg, support the price of eShare, and all of the components that it's meant to really help and inspire to kick into full action, maximum force, if we're all using it to the best of its ability, both to help us individually the most and also the protocol the most.
Yeah, no doubt. Again, it sounds a little complicated on the surface, but once you guys see how this will function, you'll understand, again, not only how powerful it is for you individually to earn, but also to help the protocol. And, I got in trouble for being a little morbid on a previous AMA where I said this is going to be the answer, like a knife in the heart to all the haters. But what this battery does literally eliminates all the fudsters and potential, negative things that people say about Fusion in terms of, microgrid value. So again, I don't want to say too much because I want to make sure we have it all laid out in the AMA. And that was one more thing. I mean, we could potentially launch this battery tomorrow, but we wanted to do it coinciding with an AMA, so that we can actually get on and walk everybody through step by step on, again, how to maximize this battery. Because if the majority of us are doing this, again, for lack of a better comparison, infinite money loop with the new battery, again, it will be so, so powerful for the entire ecosystem and, individuals. So, all right, I think, that covers it. I know it's frustrating that we're a little bit behind, but I can assure you that, Jake has initiated the process of getting this all live. Remember, not only does it have to be integrated on the back end, but then we have to update the website, the front end as well. We have a really cool new graphic for this particular battery. So again, I think it's going to be a catalyst to reignite everybody's interest and get Peg going in the right direction. And on top of all that, I mean, it's going to take uh, very little at this point to really initiate that supply shock. And we talked a lot about that in the last AMA, but every day there's less and less EMP available. And if this battery, it's not if, but when this battery generates, what we know it will, that will be a major catalyst to, getting everybody excited about peg recovery again. And you couple that on top of the low supply, and now we're in an amazing position. Again, going into the actual bull run, and we've said it all along. Unfortunately, you know, we've also been fighting ETH. I mean, yes, Peg and EMP price has been going down since we launched, but that is not because of the fundamentals. That is a lot more because of potential swing traders and ETH. I mean, the ETH chart has been going straight down and to the right for the last 2 months. So once that changes the tide, on top of this battery, on top of eShare and EMP looking better in terms of price, and the overall market and Ethereum looking better, I think that we're going to be really in an amazing position in the next few weeks. So, all right. We'll keep all of you updated when we're ready 100%. LA, I think, again, the plan is if it's ready on Monday, we'll do an announcement just before the AMA on Monday and then walk everybody through it, right?
Yeah, either just before or just after the AMA, we will launch it and go through everything, not only a detailed account of how to use it, but all the ins and outs, recommended strategy, answering any and all questions, and we'll make sure everyone has a very, very solid understanding of it. And then we'll also obviously have white paper out by that time, and we'll be able to show everything live on the dashboard.
Perfect. Yeah, 100%. And speaking of white paper, this is our V5, right, LA? I can't believe it. When we were going through all the
Well,
iterations, yeah,
well, we
it's
haven't actually called it that and released it as that, but
okay.
that's just how we've saved it in our notes to make sure we know what's what.
For
So.
sure. My point is that it blows my mind that as we work on this, like, we're always building, we're always making it better, we're always updating in a positive way. And I think that's incredibly bullish because other teams just give up and move on or just
Hmm.
ghost. I mean, we're always building, right, Ellie?
Yeah, the reason I say that is because, and everyone will probably remember me saying, there's not going to be there's not going to be this big release of a V2 of the white paper and a V3
Yeah.
of the white
Well,
paper.
yeah, no
That's what
doubt.
I mean by that.
Yeah,
But we've
there
just kind of updated different sections and then saved it as that in our notes so we can always go back and look how we had things worded in the past.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, and I think more so about a V2 of Fusion. I mean, there will never be a V2 of Fusion. This Fusion is working as intended, better than intended, even though that doesn't reflect in the peg and the price. The fundamentals are there. It's only a matter of time. And yeah, I mean, what you see is what you get. But in terms of the white paper, I mean, we'll always be adding more and more functionality for sure.
Oh,
So.
for sure. I always want it to be relevant and up to date for everyone. So.
Cool. All right, awesome. All right, any other things you want to touch on with Fusion? Again, I know, on top of everything else, we'll talk a little bit about this at the end with Honor versus Madness, but as we continue to get ready for TGE, there will be a lot of bleed over in marketing as well. And a lot of you know that we have a ton of AMAs already booked and lined up for the round two of our AMA train. We just, again, with the market and the performance of PEG, we didn't want to implement that too early. So this battery is a great catalyst for that. We can get things moving in the right direction. EMP and eShare are starting to look better. ETH is recovering in the overall market. Then we can really pour on the gasoline with another round of AMAs and really get to where we want to be towards the end of the year. So we still, everything that we've said all along is still the plan. Again, it's notoriously not on our time frame, but that is just out of our control, and we're still extremely, extremely optimistic on everything that we put into place. So, all right, awesome. Again, LA, anything else we got before we move on?
No, I think with Fusion, that's good. Obviously, Monday is going to be wildly focused on the new battery and all the ins and outs. So definitely be here on Monday, and it will be a very bullish AMA.
Perfect. All right, awesome. All right, up next is Detonator Defenders. So, it looks like some users are still experiencing issues with these. We had some reports of issues a few weeks ago. We did a deep dive into that. We realized that it had to do with the interaction of the contract. If nobody interacts with the contract within 24 hours, it doesn't trigger the different payouts. So, but again, that didn't seem to be the total fix. And so we had Jake. Again, that's another reason why the battery, uh, timeline was a little off because Jake, and again, our Jake, he is most familiar with EMP legacy contracts. The new dev team, again, DexFinance, and our merger, they helped us bring Fusion to life, and they know Fusion code front to back. But our original developer, Jake, is really the only one that is fully versed in all the legacy contracts, and it would take longer for him to, try to teach somebody all the ins and outs than for him just to take care of it himself. So I'm saying all this just to give context into what we're doing. So Jake took another deep dive. He thinks he found the potential issue and it is now remedied. So again, if you were experiencing issues with Detonator Defenders, now we should be good to go. If you're still, for whatever reason, experiencing issues, let us know. Right, LA? I know you've been managing some of the tickets.
Yes, so I'll keep my tickets open with the two users I had been in contact with, and I will check back with them in a couple days to make sure that everything seems good to go now.
Okay, perfect. All right, so that covers Detonator Defenders. Up next is Levelx. Again, not to be confused with L1X, which we'll talk about in a second. But um, Levelx was a previous partner protocol that essentially rugged. The founder, again, was very nefarious in the way he went about it. But we're offering personally I took my own bags and offered a partial refund. We are in the final stages of finally airdropping that. Again, don't be scammed. Don't participate in any other airdrops or potential DMs about it. But Jake has been working behind the scenes to get it ready and credit everybody on their microgrids that qualified. So, and again, this won't add to dilution because it's part of my own holdings in Fusion. So a reminder that you must have a microgrid on your wallet in order to receive the credit. So again, this is just a way to protect ourselves. We don't want to be issuing microgrids to people that aren't vested in the protocol. So make sure that you at least have a microgrid on the wallet that you submitted to the reimbursement list, and then you should get it no problem. So, again, LA, you were kind of spearheading that. Anything you want to add?
No, we've covered it all. We will definitely continue to keep you updated. I know Jake had a lot more verifying to do than we originally expected, so he has been working on that over the past week. But he is in his finishing stages. I know it's taken longer than we originally expected, so we apologize for that. But we are getting there.
Yeah, totally. I know a few weeks ago we said it was going out, but when Jake started the script, we realized we needed to verify a few more things and make sure that, people that are getting their credit, deserve the credit and are still actually part of our ecosystem. So, but it's all good now. Again, appreciate everybody's patience, and we'll let you know when it's finally complete. So, all right, LA, if you don't mind, can you go over this next part a little bit, and then I'll elaborate, and I'll also pull up
Mm-hmm.
a image on YouTube for those that are joining us. So yeah,
Yeah.
go ahead.
So for those of you who have invested in L1X, we just wanted to point something very important out to you all today. So please make sure to listen up. There have been some changes that have come along with the release of the new wallet. So if you didn't know, they just released a new version of the X wallet. And we wanted to just bring this to your attention because the newest version of the X wallet can now read and change all of your data on all websites, manage your apps, extensions, and themes. So we wanted to take a moment to show all of you how to change your settings because this is pretty important. With any wallet, if they ask you for permissions on this type of thing, you do have the ability to make edits to it. So we want to show you specifically how to do so on this new version of the X wallet. So in the extension settings, you're going to click on details, and on the L1X wallet, switch it to two specific sites. So you'll see that on the image he has right there. And then you're going to add L1Xapp.com. So that means only the specific sites that you have added that applies to, and you've only added that one site. So do you want to kind of go further into that?
Yeah, totally. So again, this is brand new, so we're still doing some of our own due diligence, not to create any FUD or anything else, but we have had some reports of people experiencing hacks on the L1X wallet, so just be very, very careful with this, especially with the new upgrades. Maybe wait a day or two or even a week, to make sure the dust settles, before you're, trying to adapt this. And like Ella said, it's really important that you always have your settings correct. And we have not had communication with L1X. Again, we went into this majorly on the last AMA, so I'm not quite sure why they are updating the wallet. So I cannot comment on that. But definitely join their socials to get info and make sure at the very least that you are updating the permissions like you see in the screenshot. And you should be able to find the extension tab on Brave, Chrome, and Firefox, and I mean all major browsers. But those three will look very similar to the image I have up. If you're using another browser, you just need to go through the extensions settings, and again, just make sure that it says on specific sites, not on all sites. All right, we'll give you a further update if we hear one way or the other. Again, just be extremely careful, and if you don't already have the L1X wallet, the X wallet, make sure that you are following all the specific instructions in their own groups, and don't ever fall for putting in your I think they call it a passphrase. They don't even call it a recovery phrase. They have a little bit of a different setup with the X wallet. But remember that code is extremely important. If somebody gets access to those phrases or numbers, then they own that wallet. So it's the number one way to be hacked. So just be extremely careful. And remember, we are completely separate from L1X. Again, L1 Dex was supposed to be the premier Dex. L1X has now breached their contract with us, going with another Dex, and we have no decision making or technical input with any of the decisions that L1X makes. So please join their own socials, Telegram and Discord to get updates in regards to the wallet being being updated. So, all right, I think that was it. Anything else, Ellie?
Nope, that's it.
All right, perfect. All right, a few more updates and then we'll take some questions. And again, trying to keep our AMAs a little bit more short and sweet. It's been working well, even though we still have a problem getting started on time. It never fails. But all right, so on to Sparkswap. Um, LA, you want to go through that real quick? Hang on one second.
Yep. Yep. So, uh, exciting thing, we are working on an upgrade for the bridge. We're very close to rolling this out, where it will not actually complete a transaction or let you put it through at all if any conditions are present on our end that may cause your transaction to refund. We don't I don't have an exact day, like I'm not going to tell you it's going to come out tomorrow or anything, but I do know we were getting updates from our devs about an hour before the AMA showing us screenshots of UI stuff regarding it. So we are getting close to rolling out this update. But obviously this type of thing doesn't happen often, but sometimes when a transaction gets refunded, it may just be that the gas needs to be topped up on the bridge or something needs to be rebalanced. But regardless of it being a rarity, we don't want users to experience losses in fees. And we know that some people have with refunds. And so we're upgrading the system so that it will account for that and just not even allow you to make a transaction if something needs to be topped up or anything like that. That is on our end. If it is something to do with the network itself, there's nothing we can do about it because we don't control that. But if it's something on our end, we can control that, and the system is going to identify that and not allow you to make a transaction.
Perfect. Yeah, no, super bullish. Thanks, LA. I had a tickle in my throat. So yeah, I mean, this is just another step in always upgrading our infrastructure. And with Pulse Chain being, at local lows and volume being really unpredictable, it's been a little difficult to manage the liquidity in the bridge. And so again, like LA just mentioned, this will be a much better option for us so people know ahead of time if for whatever reason the transaction would fail on our side, at least you get a bit of a heads up and it won't even let you put the transaction through if for whatever reason there's not enough liquidity to facilitate that. So again, this is still very rare. I mean, we probably had three or four issues over the last 2 weeks out of all the bridge transactions. So just remember, some other rules that help this be as stress-free as possible. We always suggest to use DAI, SDAI as the bridging medium. We have the most liquidity in DAI, SDAI. Uh, Also, please try to use smaller amounts when transacting. Anything under $1,000 at a time is usually not a problem. It's when we start seeing, five, $10,000 at a time that it would go through or not go through. And again, that's just from the liquidity management of the bridge itself. And last but not least, again, I know that it sucks to miss out on the fees if you do have a failed transaction. Just realize that uh, on our end, we're not able to refund fees because it would be a potential exploit on future transactions. So we're looking into ways that we can mitigate that. But for right now, if you do lose out on the fees, it's a safety measure, more so than just us, trying to take people's fees. So just be aware of that. And again, if you are looking to do like super big transactions and move a lot of money around, it's still probably better to try the main Ethereum bridge to Pulse. But for the fastest bridge out there, our bridge is still the best. I mean, most transactions are finished in under 2 seconds. So, all right. Anything else in terms of the bridge and Sparkswap? Again, the Pulse chain overall has just been struggling, but we're still seeing volume. We're still, experiencing users, and as long as we have that, we're still, in a good position for when Pulse Chain does recover, and I think it will. It's only a matter of time. So, all right, LA.
Yeah, that's it. And I agree.
Okay, perfect. All right, we'll get into some questions here in a minute, but I wanted to drop two little bits of alpha. The first thing, which I mentioned at the beginning of the AMA, was a little sneak peek I showed LA right before the AMA on some animation with Honor vs. Madness. LA, what did you think of that little video? Pretty awesome, huh?
That was insane.
Mm,
The first thing I thought was because, and keep in mind, the only thing that I have to compare this to is Splinterlands because it's the only other
for sure.
virtual card game that I've been involved in. The only thing that I had to say and think in my mind was, holy shit, this is so much better than any other game I've ever seen.
I love it. If that doesn't get you excited, I don't know what does. I've seen a lot of card games, and I had the same reaction. So,
It
yeah,
feels like you're inside this, like, it doesn't feel okay. So, hopefully, I described this right, but with most games, whether it's on my phone or a computer, it feels like I'm sitting outside of the screen, looking into a screen and interacting with a game. But when I watched that video, it felt like I was like inside of it.
I
Can
love
you
it.
understand?
Yes, that
Did you feel that?
I
Did,
totally, yeah, 100%. I think
does that
you
make
did,
sense?
yeah, yeah, no doubt. You did an amazing job explaining that. And yeah, I mean, the whole goal with this game was to be the most immersive trading card game ever made. And with that video we just saw, I think we're absolutely making that happen. And again, I wish I could share it with all of you. We will. I need to get permission from the art team. Again, we're in a developer chat, so we're seeing all this in real time. But once I get the sign off, and remember, everything that we show is subject to change. But I think once you guys see exactly what we're talking about, you will, again, it's just another feather in our cap of really delivering on what we say we're going to do, we actually do. So, yeah, it was really bullish. We'll have updates hopefully on that next week. Um, and then we'll also hopefully start our Honor vs. Madness specific AMAs. Again, whether it's weekly or bi-weekly, we will let you know. But we're going to start that going as we start preparing for the TGE. And yeah, I mean, we've been interviewing more and more uh, 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 marketing firms. We have another meeting on Friday, LA. So
Mhm.
we're going full
Tomorrow.
steam ahead, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
perfect.
I've been very, very impressed with some of our meetings. I'm very excited.
Awesome. All right, killer. So that's an update for HVM, Honor vs. Madness. And last but not least, I wanted to highlight a really amazing milestone with DexFinance. So again, shout out to the entire DexFinance community and team. We're honored to be part of the franchise now, and they just hit a milestone of over 500K in real yield profits that have been generated through the vaults from day one, and that's all of that. Real yield goes to supporting the GDEX token. So very similar to how all of our real yield supports Fusion and EMP and eShare, they have the same model with their GDEX token. And above all, they have some incredibly powerful, honestly game-changing developments in the works. So not only did we see, this milestone being reached this week, but we also went into beta testing for the new AILM. And an AILM is it's essentially a smart automated liquidity manager. And those of you that were in the animal farm ecosystem and following, what Forex was trying to launch with the Roam system that will automatically take back-tested data and apply that to select the optimal liquidity range we have essentially done this. We've done it better and we've done it quicker than any other team out there. So if any of you were excited for Rome, and now Forex is MIA, this is the this is a much better solution, and it's going to be here within the next few weeks. So hopefully by next week we will have it ready. We'll do a whole AMA train about this as well. It's an absolute game changer. And again, I know a lot of you might not understand what I'm talking about. That's okay. We'll go through all of it, but it's essentially a way to choose a liquidity range on your DexFinance vaults and earn incredible APR with providing liquidity and still maintaining custody of all your funds. So this is going to be massive, and we think we can hopefully 10x the TVL within the vaults on DexFinance just from this new addition alone. So it's really powerful. Not a lot of, I mean, there's maybe one or two other automated liquidity management systems, and none of them are as smart and robust as what we have developed. So really, really cool stuff. Jake from Dex Finance and I will probably do another fireside chat about this. LA, I know you love our fireside chats, so but yeah.
I do.
So that'll be coming as well. And yeah, I mean, this is just another leg of our franchise that has a real product market fit to keep delivering to the crypto markets overall. So, all right, awesome. That, yeah,
Did you see that that bottom line? Oh, I don't know if it's the bottom because I need to set to live chat. Yeah. Full steam ahead. Is that a pun? I like that.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. So we are still hoping to have full release on Steam, because Universe Madness is more Web 2 focused. So, for sure,
Awesome.
I
So
love it.
I am going to hop over to Discord because it looks like there's not many questions on YouTube. But if you guys have questions on YouTube, please type them out.
Yeah, and shout out to Cool Sheet. He was always first. He has a new video out too. So,
Okay.
yeah, Cool Sheet is the mastermind behind our intro videos. One of our longtime supporters and an amazing artist. So, both visually and vocally. So check him out for sure.
I don't see any questions, but I did want to just address one more thing because of something that a person was asking about in our chats today. So on PancakeSwap, sometimes when you go to buy or sell EMP or even sometimes eShare, sometimes it gives you a red warning and says high risk. And I just want to let all of you know that we have thoroughly checked into this and everything, and we've contacted them to ask them to remove that because we were falsely reported quite a long time ago. And it is a very difficult and lengthy process to get them to actually remove that. It's really frustrating on our end, but there is no risk of swapping for EMP or buying or selling EMP or eShare on PancakeSwap as long as you verify that you are in fact on the correct PancakeSwap website.
Yeah, 100%. Well, and again, just make sure too that your slippage is also set fairly low. We're still experiencing some malicious bots on both EMP and eShare, but if your slippage is, like 0.5% or lower, and you're doing, less than $500 at a time, which is just good practice anyway, so that you're not moving the price against yourself, it usually doesn't matter. So just again, be aware of that. And I'm glad you brought this up, LA, because some alpha for those that stayed around to the end. With our BSC decks, remember our mega decks. I swear we should probably call it that because we've been calling it that for so long. But our new multi-chain decks, the first iteration of that will be on BSC or BNB Chain, and so we do plan on moving the majority of our liquidity from PancakeSwap to our own DEX. And this will be beneficial for many reasons. Obviously, we'll still have some liquidity on PancakeSwap just to get the eyeballs and the users to know about it. But it could potentially be an arbitrage opportunity for our bots. Again, you know how well that worked on Pulse Chain as a revenue stream, so that will help us in that regard. But most importantly, we'll be able to gatekeep the predatory bots on the new deck. So that will be really, really beneficial for people, buying and selling EMP and eShare without getting front run or anything else that we've been seeing on PancakeSwap. And like I said, that warning will not be there on our own BSC deck. So again, it's just something we have to deal with. Unfortunately, a lot of the when we were a Tomb Fork, people report tokens, and no matter what we do to update it, it doesn't get implemented. So just again, don't be alarmed if you see that. Just remember, like I said, you're using the correct contract address for the actual tokens, not scam tokens, and that you're actually on the real PancakeSwap. And you can find the contract addresses to all of our tokens in our white paper. So, all right, awesome. Uh, Anything else, LA?
I did not see any new questions, so it looks like we are having a short one tonight.
All right, awesome. Well, again, we like short and sweet. That gives us more time. We got to work on these graphics. I have another phone call tonight, which is good for future growth and business development. So even though we have shorter AMAs, that doesn't mean we're taking the night off. And I'm trying to get some sleep where I can with the new
Mm-hmm.
baby. So yeah, but
Oh,
yeah,
and
good.
AJ, what's your baby's name for everyone?
Yes, I know. Everybody thought I said gravy. It's Grady, so Grady. So, yeah.
I thought
Although,
that was so
yeah,
cute and funny.
yeah, I know. I do. We're into the alternative names, and maybe there's something to that. Gravy. That's gonna be his nickname. So, yeah,
That's funny.
awesome.
No,
Yeah,
I
it was
thought that was
hilarious.
so cute. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, it made me smile when I saw that this morning.
Yeah, no doubt. I saw it in the VIP today, and I was cracking up. So yeah, and thanks again to all of you for the amazing well wishes, for sure. So all right, awesome, LA. Well, I think that really wraps it up. Any last words of wisdom or encouragement as we move into the weekend?
Remember to get outside and play.
For sure. Touch some grass. I know both Ellie and I have been doing that over the last week, and it's been really, really good for our mental state. And yeah, I
Absolutely.
mean, we're all here to make money and build and grow, but sometimes you definitely need to just unplug for a little bit, and it makes us even more passionate about continuing forward, right, Ellie?
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
Yeah. We get so wrapped up in our adult problems and stresses sometimes that we forget just how light and fun things are when you're a kid. And if you can get into that childlike state sometimes, even just for 5, 10, 20 minutes, it just really shifts things for you. So try it.
For sure. I love it. All right, awesome. And I did see one last question from Mao. Will we have to transfer our eShare to the new DEX pool? So no, I mean, eventually, yes, if you're gonna want to provide liquidity, then if you're providing liquidity right now on EMP or eShare, then yeah, you will have to unpair and then repair on our DEX. But other than that, you just use it just like you would anything else. So, just buy EMP wherever there's most liquidity, whether it's RDEX or PancakeSwap, and then, sacrifice that into Fusion. Or, if you're buying eShare or selling eShare, you can do it on RDEX. Again, that will be where all the POL protocol owned liquidity will eventually reside anyway. So, but again, that's all it's a little early for that discussion. We'll let you know when we're ready, uh, and the Dex is actually live. Cool.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us. It's been a great one, short and sweet, as AJ said, but nonetheless a good one. And very much so looking forward to Monday's AMA. And I know what I'm about to do. I'm about to go listen to Cool Sheet's new song.
All right, there you go. Cool Sheets. We'll have a party in the over on his channel. I love it. So yeah, absolutely, LA. Thank you again to all of you for showing up. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. That really helps boost our algorithm. We'll have some major updates for Monday. The long-awaited new battery. I almost gave away what it was called. Man, that would have been crazy, huh? So yeah, the new battery is going to be super bullish, so get ready for that. And please enjoy the weekend, like we were saying. Go outside, touch some grass, have some, you time or family time, and get ready to, have a amazing journey as we get ready for the bull run. I mean, again, every day, I think to myself, well, where are we going to be come October? And I think, we're in for a real treat for sure. So, all right, good night, good day. We'll see you all on Monday. Have a great weekend, everybody.